I'm in Bellingham, Washington, where Trump supporters are busy tearing down a Seventh-day Adventist church. I'm infiltrating a marked private property zone, so I'll only be able to stand here for a minute, but these are the Trump operatives, and this is how Trump is going to deal with ISIS, Muslims, Scientologists, Jehovah's Witnesses, any one of those wacky religions. They're out of there. They'll be subject to the bulldozer. This is how fast it takes to destroy ISIS or any ideal. All it takes is a little bit of machinery and an American. You put a few Americans together, give them some machinery, and they will whip this nation into shape. They will rebuild America, and there will be more than one man living in this square block that was subsidized through a guilt tax. Literally, a 10% gift to give away, the tithe, to give away 10% of your wages. Seems like nothing. But in 10 years, you give away 100% of your wages. That means in 40 years, you're going to give them 100% of 4 years of wages.
Indifferent. Are you filming this or? Yeah. Are you working for somebody or?
No.
Just checking it out?
I just noticed the iron after getting torn down. And the main rival now, the brain surgeon guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know these guys, but their ideology is.
I don't. I know that they're different religions, but I don't.
It's more than different. It's Armageddon. They literally believe in Armageddon and happening soon. They call America the devil, and they call the Pope's visit with Congress one of the signs of the seventh seal. They're the same people as the Branch Davidians. Yeah, that's the deal.
That's Carson?
Yes. Carson is a Branch Davidian. They believe in this Armageddon where if only a few people will live that walk through the fire on the end.
What's Trump?
Trump is a fascist. He believes in corporate fascism, which is fascists can be elected. Hitler was a fascist. That's people don't like fascism because they attach it to Hitler. The N in Nazi means nationalism. The Z means socialism. So if you were to put Trump and Bernie Sanders together, you would have a Nazi America. You would have a strong offensive army that preemptively struck enemies and took their wealth.
Sounds great.
Right? Sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you would also have a strong social services that would take care of all of your people very well, as they stole everything from everybody else with the military through force, which historically has worked out great for the people with the guns. And right now, historically speaking, we got the biggest guns and more of them and more people willing to use them. And all it takes, well, it looks to me like it takes about 10 minutes to get rid of these damn churches.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, it does.
So that's all I'm going to do. Is put up a video and say, look, when Trump says we're going to change America and people say how, this is how. With Americans that work,
Yes.
not with fucking, I mean, pardon my French, but you know what I mean? Tax subsidized welfare kings, like policemen that make 80 grand a year, right? They should not sit on their ass handing out tickets. I think police should be building houses until they get a call. And as soon as they're done, go back and start building again.
Yes.
You know, the number one job satisfaction job in America is firemen, because they spend an inordinate amount of time at the station, where it's an all-men's club. They have a television, food.
They don't do anything.
They don't do anything, except for occasionally they get to go do something exciting where they can't do anything bad, only good.
Yeah.
They only get rewarded.
Yeah.
And I don't like to include people's names. I don't want to get them involved in some video that was viral. You know, I've never had more than 30 viewers on a video. But I want to help Trump. You know, not because I think that Nazism is a great idea, or Hitler was a great idea. I'm just a realist.
Yes.
And the reality is every single goal of Hitler and the Axis powers of Italy and Japan has been achieved through banks, not tanks. Because, for instance, last month, Mitsubishi, who built the Japanese Zero that bombed Pearl Harbor and started World War II, Mitsubishi announced they're going to move to Washington State and build medium-sized jets. Because that's the end solution to big jets blowing up buildings, is to build more small jets in the future. Seriously, this is like the dark truth. And so the Japanese want to get in on it, and they're going to come here and use 5,000 unemployed Boeing, super educated, super capable, super unemployed, because of Governor Locke, literally, who sold us to the Chinese. You know, who sold us out. And it was Maria Cantwell or whatever that lost Boeing to Chicago or whatever. You know, that's bizarre. You know what I mean? It used to be every jet that was sold, the tax was paid to Washington State, sales tax, 9%. You buy $1 billion in planes, that's a lot of money to Washington State. We lost it all to Chicago. You know? Over what? Some hussy fit?
Stupid.
Yeah.
You can take as many videos as you want. Just stay outside the fence, please.
Gotcha. America's first responders responding preemptively to the real threat to America. Radical, fundamental Christians like the Seventh-day Adventists constantly preach Armageddon. You know, there's something very convenient about Armageddon always coming. You know, if Armageddon's coming in 10 years, then why bother with climate? Why bother with conserving oil? Why bother conserving energy? The world's gonna end. You know, that belief system paired with capitalism is disgusting. And there are manufactured religions recognized only in America that actually have tax-exempt status and are therefore unregulatable, such as the Seventh-day Adventists, who share the same beliefs as the Branch Davidians, that the ATF burned rather than listen to their rhetoric. So, yeah, Trump supporters busy saving America.